The crystalline dome of the Galaxy Council Arena stretched 3 kilometers across, filled with representatives from 1,000 worlds. Holographic displays flickered above the crowd, showing odds and statistics in dozens of alien languages. The air hummed with anticipation as the championship bout approached its climax. Emily stood in the preparation chamber, her calloused hands wrapping cloth around her knuckles with practiced precision. The human envoy had warned her about this moment for weeks. The Krolix champion, Vorthok the Unbreakable, had won 300 consecutive matches. His katana's exoskeleton could deflect plasma bolts. His forearms moved with blinding speed. No challenger had lasted more than 2 minutes against him. "You don't have to do this," Kevin said from the doorway, his diplomatic uniform looking out of place in the stark fighter's chamber. As humanity's representative to the Council, he'd spent months negotiating for Earth's admission. One condition remained: prove humanity's worth in the arena. "Yes, I do." Emily flexed her fingers, testing the wraps. "They think we're soft, weak gravity worlders who got lucky with technology." Kevin approached, holding a small injector. "This is the enhancement serum the Council approved. It'll increase your reaction time by 40%, boost your strength." "No." Emily's voice was firm. She met his eyes. "They need to see what we really are. No augments, no cheats. Just human." Through the walls, the crowd's roar intensified. The previous match had ended. Vorthok had claimed another victim, a Senthry warrior who now lay unconscious in the medical bay. Kevin's jaw tightened. "Emily, I've seen the footage. He's killed opponents before. The Council calls it acceptable combat loss. Then he hasn't fought anyone who fights like us." She rolled her shoulders, loosening up. Every species out there evolved for their world. Heavy gravity, thick atmosphere, abundant resources. They got strong, but they got comfortable, complacent. And humans. Emily smiled grimly. "We're from a death world, Kevin. We chased our food until it died of exhaustion. We broke bones and kept fighting. We looked at every poisonous plant and asked, can I eat it anyway? We're persistence predators who figured out how to throw rocks so well we killed from a distance. We didn't get strong by accident. We earned every scar." The chamber door slid open. A council attendant, a floating sphere of bioluminescent gas, pulsed an impatient pattern. "Time to go." Kevin grabbed her arm. "Come back alive, that's the plan." The arena floor was a circle of polished obsidian surrounded by energy barriers. Emily stepped through the entrance portal, and the crowd's noise hit her like a physical force. Thousands of aliens in the stands, their bodies ranging from insectoid to gaseous to crystalline. Most watched with casual interest. Humans were new, unproven, entertainment before the real challenges began. Across the arena, Vorthok emerged. He stood 3 meters tall, his black carapace gleaming under the lights. 4 muscular arms ended in claws that could rend metal. His mandibles clicked in what the translation matrix rendered as laughter. Another soft flare. His voice boomed across the arena. "The Council should not waste my time with creatures that break so easily." Emily said nothing. She moved to her starting position, bare feet quiet on the stone. No weapons, no armor, just her body and her mind. The countdown began. Holographic numbers descended from the dome. 3, 2, 1. VO. Arthak charged immediately, all 4 arms reaching to grab and crush. Standard tactic. Overwhelming force that Emily didn't retreat. She stepped inside his reach, under the grasping claws, and drove her fist into the joint where his lower right arm connected to his thorax. The impact echoed through the arena. Vorthok's triumphant roar turned to a grunt of surprise. Humans had studied his previous matches. They'd found the weaknesses in his exoskeleton, the vulnerable points evolution had traded for other advantages. The Krolix warrior backpedaled, reassessing. His opponent hadn't fled, hadn't shown fear. The crowd's cheers faltered into confused murmurs. "You struck me." Vorthok sounded genuinely puzzled. "I'm going to do it again." Emily circled left, light on her feet. Boxing, wrestling, martial arts from 100 human cultures, refined through thousands of years of fighting each other. "Your armor's impressive, but you rely on it too much." Vorthok lunged again, faster now, angry. Emily rolled under his grab, came up behind him, and hammered both fists into the back of his knee joint. The chitin cracked. Not broken, but damaged. Up the crowd gasped. Vorthok stumbled. "Impossible." Someone shouted from the council box. But it wasn't impossible. It was human. Emily had trained her entire life. Not in simulation chambers or with enhancement drugs, but the old way. Bruised knuckles on heavy bags, sparring until exhaustion, learning that pain was temporary but technique was forever. Vorthok turned with a roar, all four arms swinging. Emily took a hit to her shoulder, couldn't avoid them all, and the impact sent her rolling. Pain flared, probably cracked ribs. She came up breathing hard, tasting copper. The Krolix champion advanced. You're damaged. Submit, and I'll make it quick. Emily spat blood onto the obsidian. Humans don't submit. What happened next would be studied in arena archives for generations. Emily attacked with a ferocity that shocked the galaxy. She targeted every weak point, every joint, every sensory organ. When Vorthok tried to use his size advantage, she used his momentum against him. When he grabbed her with two arms, she broke the holds with techniques refined over millennia of human combat. She broke his lower left arm, shattered his right mandible, used his own weight to flip him onto his back. Where his armor was thinnest, the arena fell silent except for the sound of combat. Emily stood over the fallen champion, her own body battered and bleeding, and raised her fist for the final strike. Vorthok's voice came weakly. How does a creature from a soft world fight like this? Emily lowered her fist slightly, meeting his compound eyes. Soft world, Earth is a nightmare planet where everything tried to kill us. We learned to kill back. We learned to never stop, never quit, never surrender. You asked how? She smiled through bloody teeth. Because we're human, and humans are built different. She delivered the knockout blow. The crowd erupted, not in cheers, but in shock, disbelief, fear. The unbeatable champion lay unconscious. A human, without enhancements, without weapons, had one. Kevin rushed from the council box as medical drones swarmed Emily. She waved them off long enough to face the assembled representatives. Humanity requests formal membership in the Galactic Council, she announced, voice carrying across the stunned arena. Any objections? Silence then. Slowly, one species began to applaud, then another, then 1,000 more. Kevin reached her side as her legs finally gave out. He caught her, grinning despite his tears. You crazy, magnificent human, did we get in? She whispered. Double quotes, yeah. We got in. Emily closed her eyes, finally allowing herself to rest. Earth's children had proven themselves among the stars, not as the strongest, or the smartest, or the most advanced, but as the ones who would never give up.